Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore, a series where we make things particularly hard on ourselves by slapping all the difficulty settings up and then adding in additional rules that we have to follow as well. Those can be found in the description below. Tonight, it's round 6 of Season 2. We are heading to Imola for the Emilia-Romagna. And we're coming off the back of another poor result, 17th and 18th at Miami. This season is squarely kicking me in the nuts. This has been brutal, Season 2. A little bit of hubris, I think, going into the start of the season, thinking that the car would be a lot better developed than it was. And yeah, we are really struggling this time out. It's not been pleasant at all. We've had one kind of decent little race. It's not been an amazing season so far. If we take a look, you can see we have 2 points. We managed to somehow sneak 2 points at Baku in a bit of a chaotic race. But apart from that, it's been pretty much a disaster from start to finish this season, and I can't see it getting any better in the immediate future. I think tonight's going to be another race where we're kind of hanging on a little bit. I can't remember if we've actually put anything new on the car. Let's have a look. So both cars are currently running our Spec 2 chassis. We haven't got any of the Spec 2 front wings yet. We're going to have those hopefully for Monaco. We are running the new Spec 3 rear wings, and the Spec 3 side pods are on both cars. We do have a new Spec 3 underfloor, which we have fitted to one of our cars, to Oscar's car. And in terms of suspension, both are running the current spec, which is Spec 2. But yeah, this car is seriously lacking in performance right now, unfortunately. I mean, this is where we kind of sit. Let me switch to Oscar's car. It's the most up-to-date one. I mean, it looks better. 13th in speed, 12th in DRS now, 17th in acceleration is still pretty rough. Our downforce has crept up a little bit, 17th, 16th and now 13th in the high speed, so some improvement there. Still pretty poor in the dirty air, 15th overall. Our brake and engine cooling are terrible, but we have managed to strip quite a bit of weight out of the car. I mean, that only helps so much. Our acceleration is still pretty bad. We're still very draggy on the car, not just in terms of our downforce, generating more drag than it needs to and less downforce than it should, but also just in terms of drag itself, it's not amazing. So that's hurting us in both speed and acceleration, and this could be a very difficult race, certainly for Liam. Without that new underfloor, he is definitely going to struggle tonight, I think. Oscar has a chance of doing something, maybe. But again, I don't think points are doable, achievable, without some kind of chaos in the race. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that something dramatic happens, because I think that's the only way we're going to improve where we, on our kind of regular finishing position, which is around 16th, 17th, maybe 15th. We are going to have to go all in on improving our facilities with the board. We have gone down to medium confidence after a string of disappointing performances. As you can see, we had 3 in the last 5 races of last season, and then we started off 4 of the first 5 races with disappointing results as well, and as a result our high confidence from the board has dipped to medium, and it's only going to keep going down. We are below target by 2 places at the moment on our season objective, but it's more than just 2 places. It's a lot of points already, so that's going to be insanely hard to pull that one back, I think, given our current form and pace. Also, we are way off on our long-term objective. We are not even close to being a regular points contender right now, and say the one race that we have achieved so far, Baku, was a bit of a fluke, I think. So yeah, this is going to be a really, really rough run over the next half a dozen races. So we need to go all in on improving our board room. Let's try and keep the board as happy and distracted as possible. As you can see, we are working on another upgrade, working on moving that up to rank 4 of 5, and that'll take another 25 days, but it will give us a bit more confidence gain in our races and hopefully keep the board at bay. We'll see. Really don't want to start dipping into low confidence from the board, because that's really going to hurt our chances of actually surviving the season. Right, let's take a quick look at our drivers and what they're up to at the moment. We are working on short run pace for Liam. I'm going to actually change that up a little bit. I think his control isn't great. It's something that definitely needs to be improved. I'm looking at where we can also make other gains as well. I think wet track might be the way to go. Or possibly driving standards. Let's go with driving standards. At least try and improve his defending as well. How you doing, Horrific? How you doing, Farah? Good to see you guys. Mr. Water as well. Welcome. Right, Oscar. We should still be working on his short run pace, which we are. Trying to pump those numbers up a bit. And Enzo, we're just kind of abandoning this year. He's just going to stay on the bench, probably not make an appearance this year. Right, let's set some targets for tonight's race, some tentative targets. I think 1 in the top 15 is realistic. Beyond that, probably not. 1 in Q2, there we go. Finish position 2 in the top 12 is almost certainly not going to happen, unfortunately. And let's do a new finish position streak. 1 in the top 15 for 2 races. How you doing, Baron? Baron says, hope you didn't slip in all that snow. No, I mean, the snow came down Saturday night. Or was it Friday night? I think it was Saturday night, and it was gone, you know, by the following evening. It rained for most of the afternoon and washed most of it away. It's all gone now. But yeah, we did get some snow over the weekend. Right, targets are set. I have bemoaned my lack of pace. It's time for us to go to Imola.
Welcome along to Italy, and welcome along to Imola. Just outside Bologna in northern Italy, Imola hosts the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, named after the region it sits in. Surrounded by woodland, this iconic track is rich with Formula One history and the legends of those who raced here. And it's an old school track with plenty of elevation changes and lots of corners. There's only one DRS zone here, but it follows the long straight right before Tamburello and should see plenty of action.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But there's still everything to race for as we start the 6th round.
So, without further ado, let's get started.
Evening, Victor. Welcome. Right. Let's start off swapping out our good engines for not so good engines where we can. ERS was still on the first one. Gearbox, swap that out. There we go. Car setup. Let's start with a 7.5, a 12.5, a 4.6, a 3.5, and a 0.1. We're going to go 20 laps of fuel for Imola. And drop those settings down. Again, swapping out parts where we can. We've got to stay on that engine. Got to stay on that ERS. Got to stay on that gearbox. We've gone through a fair few bits with Oscar already, unfortunately. Setup for his car. We'll go a little bit different. We'll go with a 6.5, a 13, a 5.5, a 3.45, and a 0. Yeah, right. Again, 20 laps of fuel. Drop those settings. And let's send them out to the track.
Check.
There we go. Evening, Sir Adam.
Let us know your comments.
Alright, got our first bit of feedback. It is a 96% start. That's a really nice start to getting our car dialed in. What about Liam? 84%. A little bit more work needed there. How you doing, John? Let them finish these runs and then we'll get them in and make some little changes. Okay, I'm just going to go with that and see if that does the job for Oscar. And let's take a look. I need to change the roll bar. We try going to a 3.7. And that's it. That's the only change I'm going to make. So it'd be really nice if we could lock these setups down straight away in this first session. Take a little bit of the the pressure off getting through this practice weekend. I'm a little nervous for Oscar in terms of his underfloor. This is the only version of the Spec 3 underfloor that we have. We don't have any spares. And this is a circuit where it can be quite easy to damage the underfloor. Going through the chicane at the start of the lap, through Acqua Minerale towards the end of the lap. Those are very much corners where it's easy to, even the final chicane as well. You know, if you lock up or run wide through the chicane, it's very easy to damage your underfloor on those curbs. Even the second chicane as well, if you run offline, you're wide coming out of turn 6 on the run to Tosa, it's very easy to damage your underfloor on the curb there as well. So hopefully that won't be the case. Can't really afford any underfloor damage. Not yet, anyway. Need to get a few more of those produced before we can start dealing with that.
What's your limitation?
Alright, we've got a 95% set up for Lawson, so that's a big improvement, but there's still room to improve. There's still a little bit more to find. But we have nailed it with Oscar. That is excellent stuff. So, let's see. Let's drop that down to a 7. We'll drop that down to a 0.05. That might be it. That's the end of practice 1. Alright, gonna run for 30 laps.
Should be green now.
And let's see how we do this time. Alright, here we go with the feedback. Come on, be right, be good, be good, be good.
Mate, what's going on?
That's gearbox wear, I don't care about that. There we go, that's what I wanted to see. 100%. Beautiful stuff. The 100s are back for the 100% setups. Ardub is spamming that button right now. Well, that's it for us for practice 2. Just got to sit out and wait for practice 3 now. Finish off our runs with a set of softs. But so far we're in reasonable shape. We're not quick, but we're in reasonable shape. Now, if you want to spam the emote button, I don't care. That's fine. And there we go. Practice 2 in the books. Okay, we'll go with 22 laps of fuel. And you know what, I'm going to go with a set of mediums again, I think. Nah, we'll go with a set of softs. Save the mediums, just in case. It's an ATA weekend, so we'll be good with a couple of sets of softs for the race. Alright, setups are prepped. Let's go for practice 3.
Green light now. A bit less curb.
Copy.
Let's have a quick look-see. See who's still running older engines. The Ferraris haven't gone out. Sainz still running an older engine. Norris running older stuff. The Red Bull's running older engines, as is Russell, Ocon, Albon, Joe, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Bottas. Mick is running newish stuff, and it's older engine parts as well for the Astons. Leclerc on some newer stuff. Hamilton on older stuff. Gasly on older stuff. So yeah, that is interesting. When doing my practice, why don't I just try competitive lap times for a few laps? Because it doesn't really make any difference, you know. All it does is just put a little bit more unnecessary stress on the engine. Alright, we do need to stay out just a little bit longer. There we go. turn. Alright, practice is done for us. Just got to wait out the clock now. Maybe us running better engines than most of the grid will help us a little bit tonight, but I still don't think we're going to have great pace, unfortunately. I've been giving it a lot of thought over the weekend as well, and I think I probably will be signing Schumacher to replace Lawson at the end of this season. Just so that we have a driver with a head, just in case we do start, challenging for a podium at some point. Okay. So 99 starting confidence for Liam, 96 for Oscar. Let's go qualify.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
Alternative tyre allocation rules are in play this weekend. Teams will be limited to hard compound tyres in Q1, the medium compound tyres in Q2, and finally the softs in Q3.
Now there's been a bit of talk about Sergio Perez of late. How's he going to be feeling, do you think?
They had an excellent performance in practice, setting a solid lap time. They must be feeling confident. But confidence doesn't necessarily mean success in Formula One.
Well, we're certainly ready in the commentary box. The drivers are getting ready down in the pit lane, and it's time for qualifying.
So because it's an ATA, we're starting on hards, then mediums if we make it into session 2, and then finally we'll have softs if by some miracle we manage to sneak into Q3, which I don't see happening. We've got the best bits we can on Liam's car, not changing the parts over on Oscar's car, so that'll be it, and let's send them to the grid, or the track.
Should be great.
How you doing, Derek? Hope you get more points today. Don't want the dream to die early. Dream's already died. It's just whether we can stop the dream from turning into a complete nightmare at this point.
Hard out that, tyres and brakes. Yep.
Oh, Jesus, that was a bit rough looking there from Oscar through, through the first chicane.
Straight out, track is clear. Recharge off and push. Clear ahead. So go one, slow, push.
So we have got Joe. No, not Joe, that's an Alpine. Ocon in front of Lawson. Hopefully he gets out the way. Yes, he does. Have I thought about signing Hajar as my reserve driver? No, I mean, I have no real intention of running a reserve this season. Or next season, probably. They're just going to be there to make up the numbers. We need to focus on getting these drivers that we have in our car improved. Spend all our time with them. Alright, so we've got a 114.3 for Lawson.
Follow the reference. This is in lap, this is in lap. Copy.
And Oscar's 0.2 quicker.
Delta, keep it negative. Make sure we're cooling the car. Yep, copy.
Fractionally quicker than Yuki, quicker than Ocon. As always, we can probably out-qualify the car, but whether we can actually hang on during the race is another matter. Historically, that has not been the case.
Just warm my tyres. So work on fronts and brakes. Copy.
So just a reminder, if anyone missed the last race, we have switched our engineers over. So Ben is now Oscar's race engineer, and Matthias Spinney has moved over and is now looking after Lawson. And that's primarily because I am going to be looking to replace Matthias Spinney with probably Josh or maybe Javi at the end of the season. And I didn't want to reset Oscar's confidence again next year with another new engineer. So, given our kind of lack of performance this year, if we can get through this season, this is a good building year for Oscar, for him to try and do something a bit more impactful next season. And we're probably going to be, as I say, getting rid of Lawson at the end of this season. So him having a new mechanic is not going to have a massive knock-on effect for him this year, and will not be an issue next year because he won't be there and it'll be a new driver anyway. Both drivers improving in the first sector. Should be able to jump Lawson over Bottas here. Hopefully we can close the gap to Joe a little bit. Oh, that's not good. That's in the wall. That's Oscar out of quali.
Red flag.
God damn it.
Now this happened as they arrived at turn 12. Clearly unable to take evasive action. That will have knocked their confidence, I'm sure. And you can just feel the frustration from the team.
The irony here is that he may actually get through, but will take no part if he does. Just hope he hasn't destroyed more powertrain bits and stuff, and that, you know, I might not even have spare parts.
Currently P10
for chassis and stuff like that.
You were on target.
No improvement for Lawson.
Target. This is in lap. This is in lap.
Completely forgot I was speeding time up for a second then. Just getting back to the garage. The problem is we've now had the best of these tyres. I don't know if we can improve enough to climb the leaderboard anymore. Gotta say, Albon, Norris, Magnussen are all going to improve. Hamilton should improve. Looks like Lawson is going out. It's just a question of how much everyone improves by, and whether or not Oscar can sneak through. I don't think we have a spare chassis, and we're into Parc Fermé rules now because we're in quali, so I might have to emergency manufacture a replacement chassis for Oscar. That's not really cheap. I think I've still got one spare suspension, because that's probably going to be knackered as well. I've got a spare front wing. That's not going to be an issue. Just hope I haven't damaged anything else. I hope I haven't damaged anything. I hope Oscar hasn't destroyed anything else. Think any new parts go to Lawson? Well, Lawson's control rating is actually lower than Oscar's, so statistically Lawson has just as much of a chance of destroying the car. He's even got more aggression, so whereas he's probably slightly less likely to make a mistake in, in quali, he's probably more likely to make a mistake in a race, on paper. Doesn't seem to work that way this season, but it's where it is. And that's a lot of traffic we're coming up to at the end of the lap here. No improvement still. I don't think Lawson's going to get through. He's out now. Needs to find just a 10th. That's all he needs to find. All right, more than a 10th now. And Lawson is out. So Oscar gets through, but will start in 15th. That's us out of quali. And it's Leclerc who sticks it on pole ahead of both Perez and Verstappen. Alonso 4th, then Ocon, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Stroll and Norris.
The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Imola can really reward consistency, as Nigel Mansell showed here in 1992 when he became the first driver to ever win the opening 5 Grand Prix of a season. And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
Meanwhile, in the grandstands, the red wave is swelling. Who will come out on top here in Imola?
Alright, how bad is this? Oh, okay. Suspension's fine. And I did have a spare chassis. Whew, thank God for that. Okay, right, front wing. That was my spare front wing, so I can't risk another wing failure. Engine, gearbox, ERS. It looks like the engine's taken a little bit of a knock. Possibly, not too sure on that. Gearbox might have taken a little bit of a knock. Don't think it's too bad in that respect. We are going to go with a 2-stop strategy. We're going to go soft, soft, medium. Like that. With both cars. There we go. I'm going to add an extra lap of fuel. And I'm just curious. Let me take a look at results. No, that's not what I want. No, I can't check what I wanted to check. Never mind. Right, let's send them to the grid for the Grand Prix.
Here in Imola, the drivers are ready to take on the 63 laps of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And plenty of people watching on will be keen to follow Fernando Alonso's progress.
It's a second row start there in P4. The trick will be not to slip backwards because there are plenty looking to capitalise.
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. This is it, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So we need one step more measurements.
Okay, copy.
Overtake, go one.
Copy. Okay, fight.
Copy that.
Trying to hold the battery in reserve as we normally do. Just try and give us a little bit of an edge from lap 3. And there's a move up the inside for Oscar. He's up to 14th. We've got a yellow flag. That's a problem for Lawson.
Are you okay?
There's a yellow flag now.
Damage his front wing. Don't have a
Let's
spare.
follow the action now at turn 7.
He was really
There's
boxed
not
in
much
there.
room to move. Oh, that's
And then
quite
that was
an
a
impact
nudge
between them.
from
Now their confidence will have taken
Joe.
a hit with that.
Probably go down as a racing incident. But that's Lawson's race weekend pretty much ruined. It was never going to be spectacular. But with his confidence now really low, he's off the back of the pack. I don't have a replacement front wing, even though it's probably only mild damage. Yeah, it's not too bad, the damage. He's actually caught the pack up pretty quickly. Oscar coming under pressure. I'm going to reapply some battery now.
Use energy. Copy.
No, he lost the place. Right, let's save the battery then.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
Lawson has hurt his tyres though as a result
So we need to back off.
of that little skirmish as well. Speaking of tyres, oh, we get dive bombed by Valtteri. It was Schumacher, not Joe. I keep forgetting it's Schumacher in the second Alpha. Schumacher's tyres taking him off as well. And it was deemed a racing incident, no penalties given to the driver.
Renewals. Back off, back off, back off.
You've got energy.
Right, time to attack.
Overtake button.
Do I reckon? Do we reckon Oscar's going to use his car as a battering ram? I hope not. Alright, go on, around the outside. Maybe not. Oh, here's a chance under braking maybe. No, he's pulled out of that one.
Just keep cruising up to.
Right, come on Oscar, up the hill. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Ah! Need to get through quickly here. Definitely getting held up now. Oh, here we go. Up the inside at the chicane. Come on, come on. Nah. Right, we've got to run, we've got to run. We got him. Whew, that was hard work. Well, we might just have got back into DRS from the back of Joe as well. Yes, we did, just. Okay, so.
No energy.
We are up past Bottas, up into 15th. Confidence is looking good right now.
Slow down.
Copy.
We can now start
Just
looking
focus
after
on
what's left of
charging
the tyres. We've got a yellow flag.
Copy.
That is Yuki. There he is.
Recharge on.
That's another place gain. We're up to 14th. Unfortunately, we didn't get a confidence boost for that one. unfortunately, we are just going to lose the DRS to the back of the two Williams. Which means we will be vulnerable to Valtteri on the main straight. And that's going to be an easy pass for Valtteri. Okay, let's slap it into harvest.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Push the tyres.
Copy.
Oh, getting range. No, going to get dropped here as well. At least we're clear of Magnussen right now. Lawson, still can't find a way through. Let's stick him in harvest.
We go charge on.
Right, we look pretty strong compared to Valtteri through the first sector. Maybe Valtteri was just pushing on that last lap with a 1:17.5. Hunting him down pretty quickly here.
Back off now.
Copy.
Is Lawson on high overtaking? No, he's not, because his confidence is low. The last thing I want is him to just make a desperate lunge and completely destroy the car. Generally, it's a bit more of a risk to run them in high overtaking when their confidence has taken a big hit like that and they're in very low confidence. It just encourages them to make more mistakes. But don't forget, he's also got, say, a big impact on his stats because of that, and he's also got front wing noise, which is why he's stuck at the moment. That's why I'm charging his battery up, so I can use that to push him through. What I'm doing with Oscar at the moment as well, just getting him to tuck in, get some battery enough so that I can try and push past Valtteri straight onto the back of the two Williams drivers. Have a couple of sprint laps.
Recharge on.
Use energy.
Copy.
Right, come on then, Oscar. Let's get a move on. Going around the outside. Lovely stuff.
Good to push.
Yeah. Overtake button.
Through. I think he's got a little bit more pace than Hulkenberg. It's just not really in a position to use it right now. He's clean air. Have to go for the high overtake here.
We leave it to you.
I don't think we're going to catch
Copy.
the Williams drivers, but we have broken clear.
Bring back up.
And there we go. Lawson is through. I have never been fired in F1 Manager. That's a record I intend to keep going. I'm going to have to amend these strategies though. We've really pushed these tyres hard. Let's go with a set of mediums. Might have to do the same with Oscar. But I will try and go on to a set of softs at the end if I can.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Yeah, the damage to the tyres is starting to take its toll on both cars. Hold him off. He's going to get passed up the inside here. Still side by side. Not giving up. At this point, it's actually going to be better for us to just give up the position, I think.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
Ah, that's a collision.
Lift off.
And you can see how the cars come together.
Well, that's destroyed those tyres. We've got a box now. I'm actually going to go onto a set of hards.
Box.
And now we damaged the side pods and the suspension as well. Ah. Let's see. Hulkenberg has got a penalty for that. That was Hulkenberg's fault. I thought it was, but I didn't want to outright accuse him straight away without seeing the replay. 2.7, it's not a great stop, but it'll do. Got another yellow flag.
Let's
Yuki
see what
again.
happened there. Let's have a look then at turn 6. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there. That won't do the floor of the car any good at all.
Well, that's it, it's hunting us down again. Yeah, these tyres starting to go off. Just need to squeeze out another couple of laps. But you can see how much closer the field is by the fact that there's a pretty long train from first down to 13th. We're just a few seconds off the back of that. And then there's a couple of little gaps, but they are literally very little gaps, like less than 2 seconds. The field is definitely closed up.
Charge on.
And that's Schumacher in. And another yellow flag. Oh, God, Lawson. He's just got no confidence at the moment. The car's damaged. I'm going to try and get him a faster pit stop time, and then we're going to just retire him. He's already running with 3 damaged parts on the car now. None of which can be changed. Just save wear and tear on that engine. There we go, 2.4. That's good enough. So he's going to come out in front of some traffic, and then I'm going to retire him, and that may cause some problems for all the cars that are about to come round to lap him.
Box. We have an issue, so we need to back off and box. Sorry. push.
Copy. Box. Yeah,
I think Lawson found out. He overheard me saying I'm going to sign Schumacher, and he's like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck anymore."
You've got energy.
Copy.
Save fuel.
Copy. Oscar pit them.
Yeah, copy.
.49, that's not too bad for an opening stop.
Clear exit.
Might have to, well, might be able to improve that as the race goes on, but that's a pretty good opening time.
Keep looking after
Now we
these
just need to
tyres.
pump in some decent
Copy.
laps. Should be in the contract, any crashes come out of your wages. No, otherwise these drivers would be paying to drive. 3 incidents. Yeah, it's not been a great race, horrific, has it, for Lawson? Alright, so at the end of this lap we'll see what kind of pace Oscar can do on these new tyres. We have protected his confidence by keeping him ahead of Bottas before the stop, so that will help. There you can see he's currently getting some decent little modifiers. The +4 on cornering in particular will help on this circuit, although it won't stay that way for too long. It will start to come down. But we are closing on Yuki, whose tyres are good enough to keep going for a little bit longer. So we've got a chance to catch and pass Yuki here. That'll give us a nice little bump to our confidence. And you can see the effect Lawson's retirement has had on the grid by opening up a huge gap now between Perez and Sainz. Actually, no, that gap was already, there. I think, for whatever reason, Sainz is just falling away. Ah, see, the front runners are on mediums. Perez is hanging on. And Sainz is, just lapping on old tyre pace. That's why that gap's expanded. Quicker, and we should go a little bit quicker on this lap now that the tyres are fully at the temps. Yeah, there we go. We're lapping just over a second quicker than Yuki right now. We should have a crash bill count. No, because that would be too depressing. Just to see how much money we're losing. Looks like Yuki upped his pace a little bit. Bottas and Magnussen going to be boxing soon, same for Zhou. Stroll and Perez will probably be in, if not this lap, then the next one. Hamilton's tyres are looking a bit rough as well. And there is Sainz. Drops him out in 15th place, but way ahead of us. He's gone hard, so he's going to the end. Or at least a very long stint on those, and for a quick switch onto softs later. Still pushing. They are still closing just a little bit. And that's Stroll and Zhou into the box. So I'm going to keep an eye on Zhou and Stroll here. Looks like Stroll might have been held a little bit there. But still managed to hold position. Magnussen and Bottas are it, so Magnussen is going hard tyres and he's slow. Valtteri has also gone hard tyres, I think. Is the grid going to try and one-stop this? Okay, this could work to Oscar's favour then. If they're going hard tyres this early, you know, we've still got plenty of rubber left on these mediums, although they will start to degrade obviously quicker. So our pace will start to drop off, but if we're coming through again on softs and we can start stringing some overtakes together, get that confidence pushing up, we could end up this race being very quick. Do need to start making a move on Yuki though before he starts thinking about boxing. Because our confidence is starting to drip down slowly. I'm going to get that pumped up again. We did briefly have a purple sector at the end there.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Copy. We're good to push.
Right.
Yep.
Let's try and get them up the hill. Acceleration of their car is just a little bit better than ours.
We can just focus on charging the pack. Copy. And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Alright, we got the DRS there.
We need to focus on the energy now. Yeah.
Side by side. You can't block us. We're through.
So take it easy in the fast corners.
And that is Oscar's confidence boosted again. Nice.
Need to focus on getting the pack up. Yeah, coming.
See if we can make sure he doesn't actually come back at us on the main straight. Going to stay in range, I think. Just. But we should be able to break it. I probably should have pushed a little bit sooner. Never mind. Broken him now. That's the important thing.
Bring the pack up. Yep. Copy.
There's a party going on in the chat right now. We're up to 14. Got that move done just in time as well, because Yuki's probably going to box this lap. Oh no, he's staying out. He's going another lap. seem to remember throwing that line out myself back in season 2 of Williams. Or was it season 3? It was season 2. It was when we signed Gasly to replace Albon. And there's Yuki in the pits. Ocon is just out in front of us. He's going to the end. He's going to be a little bit too quick. We're kind of lapping similar pace to Albon right now, just a couple of tenths difference. We are already starting to hit the phase where these tyres are not as quick as they could be. Had to use up a bit more of them than I would have liked to get past Yuki. And it was important to get that move done sooner rather than later. The longer we can spend with the higher pace stats, the better. For obvious reasons. Definitely going to get a top 15 finish tonight. I'm pretty sure of that. Whether we can get any higher than that, though, might need a little bit of safety car help to make that happen. Or even a VSC. If that happens now, the only other drivers that are going to be stopping again are Schumacher and Hulkenberg. You can bet your bottom dollar they will be stopping if there's a VSC or a safety car. Because they are on a two-stop strategy. Everyone else, though, will probably stay on those tyres. Because no one's hard tyres looking particularly rough right now. So everyone there should be going to the end. Oh, we've lost a bit of time. Yeah, Albon's pushing right now. 1:17.2. We don't have a lot of battery, but we'll splurge what we've got.
Copy.
It. Pretty much all we had left. Got a healthy lead over Valtteri. How are our tyres looking against prediction? Not too bad. Not too bad. Ooh, 1:16, yeah, that's definitely a push lap. We are about a second slower. Maybe not quite a second, maybe a bit less than that, maybe about 6-7 tenths of a second. But yeah, we are definitely slower at this point. I mean, Albon's down on power because he's running an older engine, but he's still got a mighty quick car. Williams is pretty potent this year. great lap time. We just dip below 60%, that's going to have another knock-on effect on our pace. We're fine against everyone behind us. We're also slow compared to everyone in front of us. We're kind of stuck, I think. Like I said, we need a safety car, ideally, so that when we do go onto the softs, the field condenses back up and we can actually try and make some moves. I think the biggest issue we're going to have is, no matter whether we go onto softs or mediums, we're going to burn out all the useful pace of those tyres, just closing the gaps back up. Probably looking at coming out about 10 seconds behind Schumacher. I'm starting to think about maybe boxing early, going to a set of mediums instead of the softs. It is slower. Well, the other alternative absolutely hammer the tyres. Oh, I don't have another good set of softs. I've got to have something better than that, surely. No, I don't. Ah, okay. Well, that kind of puts the kibosh on that. Unless... it's still it's no difference at all. All the time that we would gain for the pace, we would lose on another pit stop. Yeah, I think we just basically have to ride this out now. Go for the stop as planned, and just pray that we get a safety car. so that we can get that gap closed without burning out the tyres. It'd be nice to be able to gain a bit of extra fuel and charge the battery up for free as well. We're in no danger of getting lapped. Evening, Cunningham. So Arcob's pushed through into 10th. And if he drags Norris along with him, it's looking like he's going to do at the moment, that's going to hopefully break him away from the Williams drivers. Need their pace to start falling off a little bit. Looks like Joe's getting isolated. We're still lapping on par with Bottas. You see Joe's pace dropped right off there, 1:17.9. I wonder if Joe's getting some engine trouble. He is suddenly dropping away from Albon. Right, close to pit stop window. Confidence has reset itself back to standard level. That's the downside of spending so long isolated on track like this. As Leclerc gets past Verstappen for the lead.
Push more. Copy.
Burn up what's left of these tyres now. Hülkenberg's a long way back. He's already been lapped by Leclerc and Verstappen and Alonso. He's about to be lapped by Perez. So he's definitely damaged his car in that collision with Lawson. So his pace is terrible. As Magnussen gets past Schumacher. Couple more laps and then we can hit the pits. Might box him at the end of the next lap, actually. Yeah, let's do it.
We can push again now. Yeah. Boxing this lap. Copy. Box. Focus on bringing the pack back up. Copy.
So we're going to slot out between Schumacher and Tsunoda. Probably going to be closer to Yuki than Schumacher at this point. You can see the tyres starting to degrade for other drivers. Schumacher's going to be boxing this lap, actually. Hülkenberg is in now. And that's how far he is back, because we're not far from lapping him. And we're in 14th. And Schumacher's in. Alright, 2.7. It's not a great stop, but it'll do. It's clean at least. Soft tyres for Schumacher. Here comes Yuki. And we can't really push these tyres or else we're going to eat up any long-term pace that we have.
You've got energy. Copy.
Finish position is not, it is the incentive, not the fastest lap, so we're not going to try for that. Tempting as it always is, it would be counterintuitive at this point. It would just be detrimental to the life of the tyres to try and go for a fastest lap that we're not going to get a point for and we're not going to get a financial reward for. Play the long game on these softs. We've still got 21 laps to go. Right, tyres are now up to temperature. Yuki has caught us. That's okay. He's had to push to do that. You see a 1:16.3 really pushing those tyres to try and get on the back of us. We did a 1:16.8 on our first lap without any kind of push whatsoever. There we go, nice green personal best sector. I'm taking a risk here. I want to try and get some defensive bonuses, push that confidence up a little bit more. I'm confident that we can pull away from Yuki, or at least keep him behind us until his pace drops off to the point where he can't keep up with us. Which might happen on the next lap, actually. And we're now starting to pump in personal bests. Yeah, this might be the lap that we drop Yuki naturally, actually. We were 2 seconds quicker than Magnussen on that last lap, without even trying. I'm guessing Blackpool to Preston is a train sim route that he runs a lot. He's stubbornly hanging on in there.
Let these guys go. Copy.
And 1.6 seconds taken out of Magnussen. And I think now is the time to break away.
Use energy. Copy.
This will give us an extra couple of personal best sectors now. And we'll hopefully push him into very high confidence and break the back of Tsunoda. 1:15.8, so that's the current fastest lap. We're only 6/10 off that when we haven't even been trying. We just went purple in the middle. We might even take the fastest lap here without pushing the tyres. That would be nice. Oh, we have left Sonoda for dead. And there we go, fastest lap. 1:15.5. 3/10 quicker than, well, 2 and a bit tenths quicker than Sainz. And we're now into very high confidence. And those nice big numbers again. And hunting down Magnussen, which will push us into peak confidence, or very, very close to it. 15 laps to go. We're about 8 seconds off the back of Bottas. We'll easily catch him. Beyond that, probably not anyone else. Hush, Farah. I've only got one car left in this race. Don't jinx that one out of the race.
No more overtaking. Bring the pack up.
Yeah.
1:15.3. We just went even better on the fastest lap by an extra a couple of tenths. Should be on Magnussen at the end of next lap. Magnussen's pushing. Just trying to keep that gap alive. When we get in the DRS, we should be able to get past him pretty easily. And that was Valtteri, and we just saw a little bit further ahead. There he is, there's Valtteri. And there is the DRS.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Yeah.
Back off.
Yep.
Is that Hulkenberg tucked in behind Bottas?
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
surely a one-stop is quicker. If you've got a car that's got good pace, and you've got drivers that don't eat their tyres, yes, probably a one-stop is probably a little bit quicker. When you've got drivers who shred their tyres, no, two-stop's a better option.
Use everything. Copy. Focus on bringing the pack back up.
All right, there we go. Into peak confidence.
Push a bit more. No saving required.
Don't want Hulkenberg to pull over just yet. Ah, damn it, he pulled over just before the DRS line. Of course he did.
Use energy.
Right, let's get up to Valtteri. This is probably as high as we go, P14. Unless someone makes a mistake. Oh, hello.
Crash ahead, crash ahead, crash ahead. Still maybe debris tonight. Safety car.
Is Max out?
Positive.
Wow, what's he done?
The team glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
It's come a little late. Oh, and everyone's going to box. Valtteri's going to box. Magnussen's going to box. Yuki's probably going to box. It's come too late to help us. I think I have to box. Trouble is, best tyres I've got are a set of mediums. Damn it.
Box in this lap.
Yeah, box. Oscar pit lane. Copy that.
Yeah, I have to box, or else I'm going to be a sitting duck on the restart. That's a better stop, and I will get out ahead of Leclerc, who is definitely boxing. So it's going to be Alonso is going to be picking up the safety car. So we will join the back of the queue. Joe on softs. That's the third fastest time. Max has a 5-second penalty which he can't serve, so there'll be 3 places at the next Grand Prix. So now we want as many drivers to stay out as possible. You see Magnussen and Schumacher both, well, Magnussen behind me on a brand new set of softs, Bottas and Zhou in front of me on brand new softs. There are going to be positions up for grabs. We're probably only going to get a couple of laps of running. We're maybe going to see we've got We've got 7 laps. Once we get back onto, once we cross the line, we'll have 7 more laps. So 2 laps, maybe 3 laps with the safety car. We might only have 4 laps of running. But in those 4 laps, that's a lot of cars that could be vulnerable. And if they do box, they're all tucked up behind the safety car. Sainz is going to be very vulnerable to Gasly. If Sainz boxes, we've got a chance to close the gap down a bit. I don't think we'll get onto the train before they get round to the pit lane, but we're going to get plenty of spare fuel. More than we need, actually. That's why I'm pushing the fuel up now. Plenty of tyre life, and we'll have a full battery. And maybe, just maybe, we can punch our way through a couple of cars. If not get into the points, then certainly get close. So, if everyone boxes now, this would be a disaster for us. They're all staying out. Excellent, excellent. Yuki's going to stay out. Bottas is going to be very punchy on the restart. Zhou and Leclerc, expect them to start shooting up. Leclerc's back out in 8th. And look at the amount of grip he's going to have in a car that is exceptionally quick. He could punch his way up a few places. I don't know if we can get points. I think we can certainly probably get up to maybe 12th. Even that on its own would be enough to keep the board happy, I think. If I can sneak another point. I think we're almost certainly going to lose our fastest lap, not that, lose anything. We have joined the back of the queue. We'll wait for the lapped cars to make their way through, which is just Hulkenberg.
Okay, deployment should be good. Yeah.
And there he is, just in front of us. Come on. The whole field's queued up. Let him through now. Let him through. Let him through.
Six laps to go.
Come on, give the signal. Let Hulkenberg go. And then we can get going at the end of this lap. We're going to have one more lap after this, so four racing laps we'll have. The order. There we go, finally.
So those guys are pushing past and trying to unlap themselves.
So safety cars should come in now at the end of the next lap. And that probably killed any chance we had of points. Yeah.
Cool the engine. Yep. Let's go and get him. Safety car in this lap. Get ready. Copy.
Use energy now.
Copy.
Okay, buckle up, boys and girls. We've got a very hectic last few laps. I need to jump Bottas quickly
Make
if
sure
we're going to
you're
have
good
any chance of
restart.
making up places.
You're racing from the control line. Four laps to go.
Right, Bottas has jumped Tsunoda. Okay, that frees up Tsunoda for us to have an attack at. Go on up the inside, up the inside. Come on, 3 laps to go. There goes our fastest lap. Alonso's taken it. Come on. Got so much more grip. Come on. Be out of battery any second. Got to get this move done. Oh, come on, Oscar.
We've got no energy, no energy.
Copy.
There we go. Good lad.
DRS enabled.
Two laps.
Goes.
Oh man, that car is just so much faster in a straight line than us. We've got the grip though. There we go. Now we're through. We should catch up to the rest of the traffic really quickly. Forgot Joe's on soft as well. Everyone's stuck behind Ocon.
So use the free air.
Copy. Get the tyres down now.
Screw the tyres, there's only a couple of corners left.
And we need some big
That's it.
people coming.
If we'd had a set of softs, we'd have had a better chance.
Alonso has done it! Fernando Alonso is today's Grand Prix winner. It's all over. Fernando Alonso picks up first place.
Honestly, even their harshest critic would be hard-pressed to say that they didn't thoroughly deserve that win.
'14th, it's not ideal. Would have been nice to be a little bit higher up, but the streak was to get one in the top 15. And we've kept that alive, so that's good. And there have been glimpses of some good pace in this race as well. So it's not all doom and gloom.
And that will definitely be a day to forget for the AlphaTauri driver.
That was a bitterly disappointing retirement. The team certainly wouldn't have wanted their race to end this way.
And that man up there is certainly no stranger to an F1 podium. Always great to see Fernando in the top 3.
Their
Look
first
how
win of the
happy he is
season,
to win a race.
and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
I was going to say, look at the little fella go, but in this game, he's just as tall as all the rest of the drivers.
Italy, and it looks like those 3 feel right at home too. And down there in the AlphaTauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that's about it for our time here in Imola.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
That's going to be a painful race. So, confirmation of the final result. Up 3 places to take the win is Fernando Alonso from Sergio Perez. No points for Max, thanks to his DNF. That promotes Gasly up 9 places into 3rd to fill out the podium. Then it's Sainz, Stroll, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc down 7 places, Ocon down 4, Albon up 4 places to get to the last point. At the bottom half of the table, or the bottom half of the standings, you see Norris dropping out of the points, Valtteri finishing in 12th ahead of Zhou, then Piastri in 14th, Tsunoda down 4 places in 15th, Magnussen in 16th, Schumacher 17th, Hulkenberg 18th, and Max and Lawson the only 2 not to finish. So, what does that do to the driver standings? Well, it closes things up at the top. Perez now just 15 points behind his teammates. Stroll moves up into 3rd place, and Fernando moves up into 4th place. Both Astons on the move, and separated by just 2 points now as well. Charles Leclerc, a point further back in 5th, has dropped 2 places. Russell's dropped 1. Sainz stays where he is in 7th. Gasly moves up 3 places into 8th place. Hamilton is 9th. Lando dropping down 2 places after failing to score. And then a little bit further down, there you see Lawson in 15th with his 2 points. Oscar still 19th. In the Constructors' Championship, big points for Aston. Sees them overtake Ferrari, and they are now 20 points clear. Although Red Bull's still a long way ahead, 103 points clear. Mercedes stay in 4th, Alpine in 5th, opening up a bit of a gap now to McLaren. Williams in 7th. We are still in 8th place, but we are 12 points behind Williams and 31 points behind our target of 6th place. It's a long way to go, but that's a big old gap. In the pit stop competition, 2 good stops for us. Not quite enough to get ahead of Perez and his 2.3, but we had a 2.40 and a 2.42 to take 2nd and 3rd. So good points for us. And that keeps us top from Red Bull. We actually extend the gap by 2 points, so we are 16 points clear at the top of the pit stop challenge. And there you see the stops. 2.4 for Lawson on his 2nd stop, and the 2.42 for Piastri on his final stop. Let's just have a look actually at 2.499. If we hadn't made that stop with Piastri at the end, that would have dropped him down into 5th place. So that would have been 5 more points that we would have lost. So I don't feel too bad about that decision. And we would have been picked off if we hadn't gone on to those new mediums. What a disastrous race for Lawson. 3 incidents in the opening 16 laps. Or 15 laps. 1 successful overtake, 11 failed. Only 2 successful defences, 3 failed. Very poor weekend for him. Interesting weekend for Oscar. 20 failed overtakes, 6 successful. A bit better in defence, 5 successful, 3 failed. And as far as the sponsors go, we achieved none of our incentives, unfortunately. But we did... Actually, it should have given us that with the finish. Oh no, we did the quali streak. Yeah, okay. We did reach, there we go, reached Q2 with a car, and 1 in the top 15 as well. So we got those done. We kept the finish position streak alive. $2.8 mil. That's not too bad. And we have a spare chassis, which we've already used. So we've got to go ahead and make more, I think. Let me have a look. Are we working on a new chassis? Spare side pod is done, which is good because we've got to replace one on Lawson's car. There we go. So we still have 1 spare chassis, spare side pod. That was our last front wing. We don't have any spares at the moment. And that's my spare suspension gone. Right, let's have a look at what's in production. We are developing a new chassis, but it's still 14 days away from being designed, and then we've got to wait for it to be developed. So let's go ahead, given all the races that we've got coming up, and make another chassis. And just hope we don't destroy one at Monaco. I need front wings, and I'm going to go with the new one, and I'm going to rush these because I need some front wings. I don't have any, so we'll go with 3. That'll give us 1 for each car and a spare on the day of the Grand Prix itself. Not ideal. Gives us 1.3 mil left. Let's see what the board thought of that race. They were disappointed. Yeah, okay. Still waiting on that board upgrade to go through. Lawson and Ben have now resolved their issues, but we've already swapped them over, so that is kind of irrelevant now. Although giving Lawson a bit of a morale boost will be good. Yeah, I'm just going to wait for those wings to be ready. There's nothing else I can do. I've got no more manufacturing slots available. Race sim's about to break. That's going to be an expensive refurb. Everything here is okay. Factory could do with a spruce. I can't afford it. Everything else is okay. Right, there's not a lot else we can do now apart from just advancing some time, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to approve the investigation, shut it down, because if there is a fault, it'll fix it without a fee or with a minimal fee. If we leave it and it does get worse, then that'll be a longer shutdown and an even bigger fee to get it fixed. And I just don't have the money if that is the case. It may be there's nothing wrong. I can't take that risk. So that slows down the development of our car again after having a fire in our design center earlier in the season. That does not help us at all. It just never rains, but it pours. Right. Looking to see what's likely to break soon. Suspension's likely to go. We're going to have to start building another suspension or two probably. Again, got to wait for the parts to come up. Let's see, what's that front wing actually done to our car? Anything good? Well, it's not hurt it. The brake cooling's gone up a little bit more. We're still lacking compared to the rest of the grid. Downforce has gone up slightly. Still lacking to the rest of the grid. Yeah, Monaco is going to be a rough race, I think. I'm not sure how to approach that one. I don't know whether just running long and hoping is the way to go, or whether we try and go for a big undercut and try and run in some clean air. It's going to be an interesting race, I think. Right, well, there we go. That is it for tonight. Not the best. Again, 14th, not too bad for Oscar. We got unlucky with the timing of that safety car. I mean, it brought the pack back together again, but we didn't really gain anything more than we would have done already. We were on target to finish in 14th, and that's where we finished before the safety car. So, if that safety car had come 10 laps earlier, I don't think anyone else would have boxed. We could have stayed on those softs, and we could have really punched our way up a bit more than where we did. But coming that late, it just encouraged more people to box, and of course the people that did box were the ones right around us, which stopped us from making the forward progress that we needed. And we had to box to protect ourselves from the attack from behind. So, yeah, missed opportunity in some respects, but I don't think 14th is too bad considering what happened to Liam. Yeah, and we did what we did the best we could with the hand that we were dealt. Hopefully things will go a little bit smoother tomorrow, but it's Monaco. We've got impetuous drivers that like to push the boundaries of the track, and there are no boundaries to push at Monaco. There's only a wall, and if they decide to do that, well, yeah, that's going to be another expensive rebuild. So fingers crossed we can escape Monaco relatively unscathed. So we'll find out how well we can do tomorrow night, usual time, 8 PM GMT. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.